So, so maybe, I mean, I think, Eugene, maybe you want to give the introduction today to say what this is all about, and then we'll take it from there.
Okay. Okay, so everyone that's on this live, so just to make you aware, what we're doing is we're taking the recording of this, and then we are doing a motivational Monday talk on TikTok, and then we will be taking this from here and uploading it to YouTube and IGTV and stuff. The YouTube one is available already. If you want to click the link in the bio, you'll be able to go to the channel and find the video there from last week's recording. But every Monday, we just want to come online and try and encourage and inspire where we can. So like in today's talk, we basically want to talk about like 3 things that you could do in this year to try and improve and discover a better version of yourself by the end of 2021. So that's kind of what we wanted to discuss today. I'm looking forward to it. Sunil?
Yeah. So we are willing and we're open to any questions that you may have. If you have any suggestions on what to do, I think my biggest suggestion right now is that I need to iron my shirt before I come on these lives. But you know, taking something small, like I speak about the ironing of the shirt, taking small steps in your life, just acknowledging what needs to be done is probably the first step, because you'll find many people will just throw their arms up in the air and they'll go, oh, I can't do anything anymore, there's nothing more that I can do with my life. Where actually there are so many different options. We are taught to live in this box, in this nutshell, and be defined by just this. We actually, if we open up, it's like a lotus flower. A lotus flower opens up and it blooms, and that's what we need to be.
You're right about the boxes and stuff. That's why there's this one song I like that's like, what happens if the box isn't designed for me? Then what? Like, and that's how I feel in life. Like, the boxes have been designed for so many people, and it's like, yeah, I don't like that. So going forward in 2021, some of the things that I'm going to do to try and definitely make sure that that box isn't made for me and just keep improving it is I've finished 1 course already this year. I will be going and doing like a few more courses, and especially because education is now free with the internet at our fingertips, and there is like a website called Future Learn, and it provides free education in that field, which is really cool because you can literally, if you I want to do this in my life, or I don't know how to do this, oh look, here's a course, and then being able to go and better yourself in that aspect. So you talk about having that box, but like I believe that not everyone fits in that box, and it's nice to be different.
Yeah, no, I mean, hello, Mr. Bean. Something, just one word which Maria actually wrote here is choices, and she's actually right. You have the power of the choice to choose whether you're going to be in that box. And when one of the things that people, and we are all human, we all do this, is that we have to define somebody. And the definition of other people is purely based on our own subconscious biases and our own learnings and our own social discourse. And yes, you are right. I mean, I don't necessarily fit into a box, but there is still a box for me. But it's about defining my own box. And often when people meet me, they're like, I can't put you into a box, really. And that's because the only reason we do that, they want you to fit into something in order to understand you, and that's understandable. And there's a lack of what's called dialogue. I mean, there's a lack of dialogue to sit down with people and go, right, what is your story? Where are you now in your life? Where are you going to go in your life? And, you know, it's exactly what Maria says. It's about choices. You can choose to go, oh, okay, well, I'm stuck like this forever. Or you can go, I'm not going to be like this forever. I'm going to take steps to evolve, to change. But there are certain people that are not ready for that. They are not ready mentally. They are not ready emotionally, because the reality of having to review yourself and getting to know you is the scariest journey ever.
Yeah, for sure.
I've got a comment here saying you think life will go back to before or after COVID, all is going to be a mess. It's going to be an adjustment. I mean, the word mess is doesn't sit well with me. It's going to be an adjustment. Let's take a small example. Let's take TikTok for an example. Before TikTok was around, we only had other forms of social media. People have adjusted to how to do videos or to watch TikTok lives, or so it's about adjusting to the best of your ability.
And I think 2020 would have taught a lot of people, okay, this is where I was, this is where I am. Yes, I need to adjust. You had to adjust last year. Most people were sitting at home, unemployed. Most people are still unemployed. You've had to adjust. Some people have had to move in with parents and friends and stuff like that to make it through. But finding there's still going to be opportunities in everything that comes in life. It's just a case of finding those opportunities and being able to choose the right opportunity, because some of them might sound too good to be true, and you're like, okay, well, if I do this, I might all of a sudden. No, it's still the real world. Anything in life isn't going to be easy. You're going to have to work to it. Nothing's easy.
I think the key word that you said in that entire monologue is the word opportunity. People often miss opportunities because of fear. And another very important thing you said about 2020 is it's forced a lot of people to do self-reflection. Now, not everybody's done self-reflection because, again, it's a scary thing to do. I mean, on a personal note, I've been preparing for a lockdown for 2 years, but that's from a spiritual point of view. Some people were not ready to be on their own. So what they did is they started submitting to things like instant gratification or trying to live a fake life. They're being artificial about being happy. And then that led to things like a different strain of mental health issues. The suicide rate has increased, and it's not just because of lack of finance. It's not just because of lack of people. It's because suddenly they're going, who am I? Who is this person right here? What am I going to do? What? I like that. I actually really like that. Oh my gosh, when I'm real, I like that. And it's scary, and it's a journey. It is a journey. But part of that journey, like you said, is taking those opportunities. And not every opportunity is going to work out. But you know what? You learn the lesson. You learn the lesson.
But then you've got to think, okay, so if we're saying maybe point one, choice. You've got a choice. Like during
Choices,
2021, you have a choice. You can either go wallow in self-pity for the rest of this year if it doesn't work out, or you can make something of this year, or you can make various different choices as you go along. Second point then would be opportunity. When opportunities come, don't be afraid to take them. Not all opportunities are as good as they seem. But then I think point number 3 would have to be, don't be afraid of fear of failure.
Yes.
When opportunities are presented to you.
Exactly. Now, I mean, we all have fear. We all have the fear of failure. But too many people don't realize that failure is actually just the road towards success. It's a road to learning more about yourself. It's a road to understanding why you failed. I'll use myself as an example. I got retrenched 3 times in the space of a year and a half. Why am I being retrenched? What is the failure lesson from it? What is wrong with me when it's not me? I wasn't following my purpose. I wasn't following my passion. So these are the things that you need to learn. And like Maria says, failure makes you more determined to achieve your goals. It does. And it's those people that when they reach the point of failure, they just give up. That is the problem. Because then you start what you said, dwelling, and you start crawling into a corner going, oh, it's me. I'm not. And there's nothing wrong with that, because you're actually dealing with the emotion. You're dealing with the fact that you're feeling like this failure. But it's about when somebody knocks you down, when the failure knocks you down, it's about getting back up again.
So here's an interesting question. Why do we willingly engage in self-destruction habits while ignoring our better judgment?
I look, I'm not a psychologist, but from experience, it's all in the brain. We allow it to affect us. We allow the ego to get affected by those things. So when somebody, like we said in last week's conversation, when your family or somebody judges you, then suddenly your brain starts thinking, instead of you doing it for yourself, it's about going, this is for me. It is for me and my loved ones, or me and my girlfriend or boyfriend or wife. It's about growing yourself. Let the people say what they want to say. And you know what? Use it, don't use it. If it works for you and it's going to benefit you, then do it. There's another comment here saying that from Maria, as a student of psychology, we have the ability as human beings to control our brain. Absolutely. The hardest thing is to tell your brain to shut up. It is hard.
It's hard, especially when you start fixating on certain aspects, and then you're like, no, but oh well, and then all of a sudden, where it was this little thing, now you've made it into this massive molehill. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you've definitely, because we are overthinkers. We're
Yes.
notorious for it. So being able to basically calm yourself down in that aspect of, well, actually, okay, this has gone wrong. Instead of me dwelling on this, how do I improve from this point? It's difficult if you're always in the same place, same environment of people.
Yes. Yes. Okay, so that's an interesting one. Same environment as people. That, you know, that whole thing about the people you surround yourself with reflect you. I don't fully believe in that. Let me explain why. Like we said earlier, now point number one was the choices. If I don't like you, but I have to be in your company, I make the choice to be in your company. But being aware of the fact that I don't like you or what I don't like about you is the thing. It's about being aware about it, being aware about who affects you. But then again, it's about telling the brain, just remember, this is not who you are. I go anywhere and everywhere. I go to the dodgiest places on the planet, but I never forget who I am. Never forget who you are. Hello, Ben Petrol. Building is people with low self-esteem of themselves. That's why building others makes them feel. Absolutely. Many people who are themselves in a bad space will judge and criticize other people because it's a reflection of themselves. And they pick on weak people. Absolutely, Maria.
What are the positives that you can take from 2020?
All right. Positives on 2020 is just this for me. I'll go first and then you go. Oh, you go first because it came from your side. You go first. You go first.
Okay, so 2020 to me was, I'm an introvert. I find it very hard to talk to people. I know it might not seem like it now, but I've had a whole year to work on myself and work on that skill, because before that I wouldn't just go out, or I'm still not just going to go out, but this year I've been able to network with so many more people that I would never have been able to. When people used to say to me, oh, network marketing, that is how you're going to make all your money one day, is network marketing, network marketing. I was sitting there going, how am I going to do that? What? I used to walk into a conference center and be like, well, yeah, I don't know anyone, and go outside. So 2020 has given me the ability to be able to connect with so many people. No social platform other than TikTok has given me an ability to be able to connect one-on-one in groups with content, with specific content I was putting out there that was really helping to motivate a lot of people through some of their darkest times.
Yeah.
So what I learned was to be more me in front of other people. I'm still an introverted person, but I have a voice now. I never had a voice before now. Like, I might have had a voice to my friends and stuff, but I have a voice now. I never had that. So that in one aspect is probably the best thing that could have happened from 2020. for
Okay.
me anyway.
All right. So for me, 2020, my 2020 journey started 2 years before 2020. And that's a whole other spiritual, being calm kind of conversation we can have. Hello, Black Pantera. So for me, key things from 2020 is definitely realizing the importance of having people who add value to your life. Limiting the interaction with people who do not actually really support you. I don't normally cut people out of my life. I'm not a people cutter. I limit my interaction with people. But for the first time in 2020, I knew who to cut out. And it was a matter of just moving on. Another thing from 2020, acknowledging my needs versus my wants.
Sure.
Being grateful to have food in my stomach or a roof over my head because of an understanding landlord. Getting that 1 or 2 bookings instead of no work at all. Understanding, and this is another one, understanding more about what my purpose is. Being there for people, no matter what the situation. And lastly, because I can talk about this forever, because I can talk a lot, I would say it is embracing love. And not just for myself, but for other people, not fighting it. I mean, I've got a lot of love for you, hashtag no homo. But you know what I mean? It's about loving and being there for the right people. I give myself a lot. I'm an empath. I love a lot of people. I always make time for everybody. But also acknowledging that you need the time for yourself in order to understand yourself.
Correct. Due to technical difficulties last week, the live was cut and it was out of sync. So I just want to finish off by saying the ways that you can improve 2021 will be by you have a choice. Everything you do, you have a choice. There will be opportunities. This is point number 2. Opportunities will be presented to you throughout the year. Taking those opportunities, making sure that there are actually opportunities and not just far-fetched life choices. Number 3 would be don't be afraid of failure. Everyone is bound to fail. Okay, so don't be afraid of failure. And then point number 4 is self-love. Look at yourself, heal from inside, and as you start finding yourself, you will start improving as you go through 2021. Anything you want to conclude there?
So one of the big things is the self-love, because unless you know what you want and what you love about yourself, you can't expect anybody else to then give that to you.
Correct. Cool. So thank you very much, Sunil, for joining me on this episode. Sorry about the technical difficulties and this last episode being ended so abruptly, guys. I do apologize for that, but thank you very much for tuning in. Have a good day.